Right then, this is a walk around video, and this is for a quite beautiful looking Honda CR-V. This is a 2-litre EX automatic, and it's the newer shaped facelift version, so you get this new style front end grille and the lower trim down there, also fitted with the sideboards from Honda, which really add to a really striking looking car. 40,000 miles on the clock and a full Honda service history. We'll go around the car for you. Front of the car, very clean, lights and lenses there, clear and intact, and you get that new style front end which looks so good on the car. But it is very, very nice indeed. The odd, very light stone chip on the car, as you're bound to get, but they are light indeed. Near side, absolutely mirror smooth, no indentations at all. Near side front alloy, one takes all the bashing, and there's nothing on there at all worth mentioning. Panel work down the side, as I said, really, really clean. Near side rear alloy, again, absolutely unmarked. Come around on that angle there so you can get the panels again, but it really is really clean and crisp. And come around the back, you get this new chrome kick on the rear hatch and the silver trim on the bottom. I said it's really subtle, but it just is very, very effective indeed. Then offside, just go on the panel work again, really crisp on the panels. Offside rear alloy, completely unmarked. And the remaining panel work, I say, absolutely lovely. And finally, offside front alloy, nothing on there at all. But yep, a really, really handsome beast, this one. So coming into the boot area, you get obviously electric boot. You can do it on the handle as well as the key fob on these later ones. The boot is massive and also happens to be in absolutely lovely condition. So coming to the back now, you see just how much legroom these CR-Vs offer. Those front seats are set for me, and I'm 6 foot tall. So, I mean, they have enormous amounts of legroom. Leatherwork in absolutely beautiful condition back here. This front passenger door card, that's with all of them, absolutely lovely, including all the little recesses. Full set of mats, footwell areas, all really clean. And front passenger seat there, again, really fine condition. Finally, come to the driver's door card, one that takes all the wear but exhibits virtually nothing at all. Electric memory seat buttons there. Again, footwell areas all clean. And driver's seat with its electric adjustment, again in really lovely condition. So inside the car now, engine's running through this section so the dash can be seen illuminated, as is always the case. Dash looks absolutely as new. Big sat-nav system on there, big screen sat-nav system rather. If I pop the car into reverse, get that lovely clear gridded parking camera. It is obviously DAB etc on there, but if you press that there, out she comes and gives you access to a CD, which is going to pop out, so that's my one in there. Close again. Dual zone climate control system, all the little buttons, recesses, absolutely fantastic condition. And then come across to the dashboard. 40,599 miles. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all whilst the engine is running, as you would expect from Honda, but really is in fabulous condition in here. Just to quickly show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key both here and present with the car. So finally, just to come under the engine bay, and what an absolute joy to see an engine in an engine bay not covered in huge plastic shrouds. You can get your hands around, you can get inside there with the engine virtually. It's an amazing amount of space. Brilliant engines, and more of which in the following road test video. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre EX automatic. This particular car is registered RV65MHY, and mileage at the start of the road test is 40,593 miles. The reason we do these videos is very simple indeed. We know just how frustrating it can be to go and see a car which can look fantastic in the advert and in the photographs, only to get there to find out it's actually got an issue with the car, which you clearly should have been told about before setting off. That way, obviously, you could have either factored it in or dismissed the car. So that's why we do it. So it is critical in that sense. The road test is also done on the same, or part of the same road test route as any prospective buyer would go on. And the reason for that is we want it to be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. The car itself has been beautifully looked after, as you'll probably know from the advert, and all services have been conducted by the Honda main dealers. And it feels like it. So without being a complete spoiler, which I am about to be, it just drives faultlessly. It's absolutely as tight as a nut and feels just like new to drive. But having said that, I always go through the same things on these videos, so I'll do the same for you. Engine starts, first press the button because EX models get the keyless start and keyless entry. Engine settles to an absolutely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights at all on the dashboard relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter. And temperature gauge is running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on the gauge. Whoops, crikey me. And the engine's been running for quite some time now, so obviously up to full operating temperature. The engines are just brilliant. It's a very typical Honda engine. In essence, it's sewing machine smooth. It's beautifully engineered. They're incredibly tough and reliable with just normal maintenance, and will last monstrous mileages if looked after right. They are cam chain driven. There's no cam belts on these, so no cam belt service required on the car. But a lovely engine to use day in, day out, because it's quiet, it's refined, it's far more gutsy than you'd give it credit for, and gives really good economy overall as well. I've had quite a few of these, so but a really wonderful engine. Engine feeds through into the Honda automatic gearbox, which again, they're just brilliant. All the mechanical stuff. The gear changes are really slick. You can hardly feel them, and the gearbox feels as it would have done when it was new. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do the obvious checks on an automatic gearbox. So when it's cold and when it's hot, just put it into neutral, select drive, and then reverse, and just see if there's any sort of delays or clunks. And there's nothing at all on it. It drives. The gear changes are perfect, and the selection's perfect. Steering on the car, really nicely weighted on the CR-V. Honda know this market so well. The CR-V is the best-selling SUV in the world, so they know how to make it drive well. But it just feels lovely and solid on the road. The steering feels tight, tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. But it is perfectly suited to the car because it makes it feel really confident and settled on the road. And that's helped by the chassis, which gives you really good, relatively flat cornering like the one through there. But again, the damping is brilliant, so it doesn't allow a lot of pitching and wallowing about, which you get in so many SUVs. And it gives you a really compliant ride as well. So it's very settled. And what this gives you, the driver can see what's going to happen. Quite often passengers have their heads in books or in iPads or something, so they don't see. So if you've got a lot of swaying and motion, it can result in quite a bit of travel sickness, but you don't get it in these, or my kids don't certainly. Also, there's no nasty noises coming from underneath the vehicle, so all good there. Brakes on the car, just going to give them a bit of a shove as they come to this turn, so just a nice shove. Again, lovely solid brake pedal on the car. Again, very confidence inspiring. It gives powerful application, but what I'm looking for in particular on any car, but definitely on automatics, is just any signs of any kind of pulsing or vibrations to the brake pedal, because obviously it's doing more work on an automatic car, and it's absolutely spot on. Worth pointing out, it's literally, once I finish this, it's going to be taken down to a local garage for an independent MOT, so all these things are going to be checked anyway. Looking around inside, first things first, what a video cannot get across is just how beautifully made these things are. Silence, no squeaks, no rattles, no buzzers from the trim. They are brilliantly put together cars. And don't think soft touch plastics means it's well built, because it isn't. That doesn't mean it's how they're put together and how they last over many years. And this is where the CR-Vs stand head and shoulders above most manufacturers. But also happens to be a lovely place to sit and operate a car. You've got brilliant visibility, massive wing mirrors. You get a real sense of, you know what's going on. You don't feel claustrophobic in the car. which you can in so many. And the dashboard, whilst it is very, very highly equipped, is very simple to use. It's also got wonderful quality of switchgear in here. Every little button has a lovely rubberized click action to it. Very fine quality indeed. Dashboard, you've got this high grade sat nav, rear parking camera, all working perfectly. Air conditioning, absolutely ice cold on the car. Heated seats work perfectly. Dashboard, simplicity itself in all honesty. Steering wheel that looks and feels as new in hand and is lovely and small in diameter. So again, for some bizarre reason, some manufacturers give this sort of quite big steering wheels and it makes them feel quite cumbersome, but this feels much more dynamic than you'd expect. But everything's working exactly as it should. The EX models are four-wheel drive. As I said in all the videos, you will find no buttons in the CR-V to select it or disengage it, because it does it all for you. Honda very quickly worked out that most of their customers would be driving cars in perfectly good conditions, so why have four-wheel drive wearing away, as it does on a lot of cars. All that really achieves is extra tyre wear, more fuel used, and a lot more mechanical stress put through the vehicle. This basically, if it needs to go in four-wheel drive, it'll do it for you, so it runs in front-wheel drive pretty much the whole time. So I'm just going to wait for this cyclist to, I'm not sure he's quite aware that I'm here. So yeah, it runs on front-wheel drive. As soon as the front wheels start to lose grip, it brings in the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive. If you hit a bit of snow or ice, I mean, that's the obvious point at which it'll do it. And I've used it loads of times on my one because I've got a caravan, so I pull across some pretty wet pitches, and I've never come close to getting stuck with one of these things. Its simplicity also gives it its reliability, and we've never put a spanner on one of these cars in terms of the four-wheel drive system, and we've been selling them with Honda's using the system for well over 20 years now, so it's a brilliant system in every respect. As I said at the start of the video, it is brief, but it is there just to show the car in operation, and fundamentally the car drives absolutely perfectly. Been selling Hondas for a long time. Worked for the Honda main dealer, so you'd know if there's something amiss with it, and there's nothing at all, so anyone can travel with confidence any sort of distance, and it's a wonderful example. As always though, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate, do give us a call.